One of the most exciting things about visiting a project for the first time is walking in and immediately trying to imagine the potential that you can exploit from a place. My name is Alexander Doherty. I have an interior design firm here in New York City, and welcome to one of our more recent projects here at the iconic Dorado on New York's Upper West Side. So what you'll notice when you first walk into the apartment is the use of color. In the gallery, we have chosen to use a very saturated Prussian blue matte on the walls. We contrasted that with all of the millwork, the doors, the door headers, the arches, the ceilings in a high gloss lacquer. And of course, by choosing gloss, especially on the ceiling, it was a great way to bring light into the space. The lighting that we have bounces off and creates pools of light and reflection throughout the whole gallery. The gallery definitely commands attention, and that is something that I wanted to maintain as we walked into the living room. This is a living room that we designed for entertaining. We wanted to try to create as many seating areas as possible in this living room without it feeling cluttered. So we have the classic arrangement here of the sofa facing the fireplace with the two armchairs flanking it. Both of these armchairs are actually swivel, and that particular armchair can swivel around and connect that conversation group. The homeowner's piano was elsewhere in the apartment and was being underused, so we decided to bring the piano into the living room and really set it center stage. So in this particular room, we wanted to achieve lighting that was harmonious. So we decided that we would mix between overhead, table lamps, floor lamps, and sconces. What I wanted to do was to create a haven of peace away from the chaos of New York City. And I think that we've achieved that. As usual in New York pre-wars, we have that big problem. What do you do with a formal dining room? What I like to do is combine it, if at all possible, with a library. Cabinetry already existed, but it had been done in the 1980s. So it was cherry wood, which was obviously very popular back then. And I convinced the homeowners with a certain amount of difficulty to allow us to paint the wood this very soft, pearly gray, and immediately the space felt much calmer. The room is primarily gray with green accents, which is all very harmonious, it's very pleasing on the eye, but it has enough personality through the introduction of one or two other pieces to not make it boring. Because boring is not what we do. So here we are in the primary bedroom. Like many New York apartments, the challenge for this bedroom was storage. So we decided to build this rather impressive millwork piece, which encompasses both hanging space, drawers, and a television. We wanted to choose a palette that was going to be pleasing to both of my clients. In order to achieve that, I wanted something that was relatively neutral, but at the same time had personality. So we opted for a platinum scheme that is mixed with a very rich emerald green. Overall, this bedroom is about serenity, calm, and peace. That is certainly what my clients wanted. And I think that we've given them this through this rather pleasing and tranquil palette. As I said at the beginning of this tour, one of the exciting things as a designer is to walk into a space and see how you're going to maximize the potential. But it's also extremely satisfying to finish a space, to allow the clients to come back and live within it. I hope you've enjoyed this tour as much as we have, and we look forward to seeing you again on our next project.
If you can't get enough of these fabulous homes and designs, then you gotta like and subscribe, because we could all use a little more fabulous in our lives, right?